Fat to Fit, day 147, now on a much better quality camera. We upgraded from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 13, so hopefully this will be a better camera quality. I think it will be. I made a poll, asking you guys if you wanted me to keep the old one or transition to this new one and see if it works. It was like 80%, 20% use this, so we're going to try that out and see if it works. This phone is way, way better than my old one. The iPhone 8 wasn't actually the one that I used daily. I had it gifted to me basically for this channel, or like shortly before I started this channel, and I only used it for this. My other phone was like a 7 or 8 year old phone, complete garbage. I purchased it for like 80 to $100 like 7 or 8 years ago. You can't even believe how bad this phone was. So I've been spending a lot of today, a few hours, transferring everything over. I transferred over all my contacts yesterday. That took forever. And then I also transferred like all my apps, like I signed in all my apps today, so that went really well. But this is a weight loss channel, so I'll get back to the actual theme of the channel. This is a fitness channel basically. I weighed in this morning at 181.6 pounds, which is about zero point 0.8 up from yesterday, which is kind of to be expected. I had restaurant food yesterday; it was very greasy, so just a little extra water retention, nothing to worry about. But I had 8 hours and 15 minutes of sleep. I have been trying to wake up earlier, so I have been kind of trying to balance waking up earlier with getting enough sleep. I woke up really early yesterday, but I also did not get enough sleep, so I'm going to be kind of balancing that. I got a lot of sleep today, so I'll probably wake up early tomorrow, and we'll see how that works out. I don't know. I'm trying to get used to waking up at a more reasonable time, like a normal person. So I had 5 grams of creatine today, which I actually ate it with chili. I popped the pills, and then I was eating some chili at the time, so I was just like, what, let me see how it is with chili. So I had my 5 grams of creatine with some chili today. It was a little bit difficult, but it was okay. I have a lot of experience swallowing a bunch of pills. My multivitamins I used to have were these super difficult to swallow pills. So I have a lot of, I don't find it very hard to swallow pills at all. If you guys have seen, like, the pills are quite big. They're like this big, and I have 2 of them. So it's pretty easy to me. They're plastic, so they're not rough on my throat, so it's okay. But I had 1 gallon of water yesterday, and I had about a half a gallon today. I have not had soda today for the first time in a little while. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep that up. I don't know. We'll see on that one. That's pretty low on my priority list, quitting soda, like I said I would. But today I ran 2 miles. They were pretty good. I really enjoyed myself. I really have been missing running. I've been getting back into it. It's been, fun getting back into it, but also a little bit difficult. My lungs aren't really as conditioned as they were before. So even though I kind of feel like I can run faster, it's like my lungs will sometimes smack me in the face and say like, no, no, So sometimes it'll be a little bit difficult, but I could have ran a little bit faster today, but I ran 2 miles in 17 minutes and 18 seconds. I'm pretty happy with that time. That's a pretty decent time. It was very hot outside, and I wasn't like trying my best or anything, so I'm pretty happy with that. Near the end, I kind of wanted to get in under 17 minutes, but I failed that. Unfortunately, I didn't have much time left when I decided on that, so it is what it is. I'm not really that burned out about it, but it was very, very hot out when I ran. I ran at like the hottest time of day, like 1 or 2 p.m. Super duper hot outside. You'd think it was summer, but it's actually spring. I don't know. The seasons of the year have been really BPD recently, guys. They just changed on a whim. I don't know why, but it was very hot. And when you run in the heat like that, it can be very like draining on your energy. So even though I had a lot of fun, it's like the rest of the day I was just like kind of tired. Like I was walking around Walmart buying stuff. I was like, literally, like I was yawning like multiple times just walking around Walmart like with my shopping cart. I purchased a few different things. I did a bunch of errands today, which I'll get into, but I ran those 2 miles, and then I had 1,500 calories today with 109 grams of protein. Today is day 10 of the streak, ladies and gentlemen, so we hit a new record on the streak. I'm very happy with that. We hit a new record, double digits. Our previous record streak was 9. We hit 10, so I'm very happy with that, and it shows, I'm clearly starting to thin out a little bit more. I also shaved a little bit, so my muscles are a lot more defined than they were like last week or so. I'm making progress for sure. You can see that I'm finally starting to thin back down a little bit, so we can finally get to our new lowest weight, which will be 178.0 pounds. Our lowest weight up until this point was 178.2 pounds, which was set like probably a month ago or more. I want to get to a lower weight than that, and then we'll finally be making progress again, and we can put all this crap behind us, and we can make progress. So I'm very happy for that, and I'm very excited for that. But Today I had 1,500 calories with 109 grams of protein, so definitely more than yesterday. And today is day 10 of the streak. So I had yogurt that was 320 calories, 46 grams of protein. I had chili, 430 calories, 40 grams of protein. And then I had some Margaritaville Calypso coconut shrimp. So this is something I've been saving up for a little while, something I eventually wanted to have. I really like shrimp. This is a Margaritaville coconut fried shrimp thing. I thought it would be really good. I was really disappointed by it, to be honest. It really wasn't that good. I only really like. I was really upset about that because it's not very nutritious. It was 750 calories, 23 grams of protein, so pretty trash in that regard. And I shelled out like half of my calories today for that. Actually, exactly half of my calories today for that. It was very disappointing. I made them in the oven. Maybe I should have put them in the air fryer instead, looking back, but oh well, I probably will not be having any more Margaritaville coconut Calypso shrimp, guys. Huge disappointment. I'll just stick to the raw deal. I really like raw shrimp just with coconut cocktail sauce. Delicious, guys. I'm a big shrimp guy. Some people, you're either a shrimp person or you're not. I'm a shrimp person, guys. Shrimp is so good. Lobster is pretty good. I've had that before. That was delicious when I had it. It was at like a fancy restaurant or whatever. Some seafoods I do really like. I don't like tuna, unfortunately, though. Even though it's like the most protein-heavy thing ever, I still can't. I still don't like it, so that sucks. But other than that, I do kind of like seafood. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling a little bit. So tomorrow, I was planning on maybe weightlifting, but I will be at a family gathering tomorrow. It's going to be a big celebration type thing. I have a lot of those. If you didn't know, I have a big family, which is a good thing. Sometimes it can affect the diet, though, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but it is worth it, I think. I do enjoy these meetups and stuff like that. I've been going and seeing a lot more friends and family recently. It has been a New Year's resolution of mine to be more social. This has been going really, really well. So I've been setting up all kinds of meetups with a bunch of people all over the place, especially recently, and it's been going really good. Before, I would take a really passive sort of stance in like meetups. I basically wait for other people to invite me to things. Now I'm sort of doing the opposite where I'm like, hey, are you guys off? And I'm figuring out everybody's schedules and all that, setting up meetups with everybody, and it's been really fun. But tomorrow's going to be a big family thing. I will be making tomorrow a free day, a cheat day, basically. So I will be eating whatever I want, basically. I'm planning that ahead, so that will not be affecting the streak. So basically, we're going to hit an 11 tomorrow no matter what, because I have no rules tomorrow. So I'm not going to be breaking any rules tomorrow because there won't be any, but I'm probably going to be pretty measured tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to eat too much. I'm going to try and reel myself in. I'm not going to pick up the chocolate chips, for example. There's no cookie dough in the house for me to have, so I'll limit myself a little bit. There aren't any good chips or anything like that, so hopefully it won't be anything crazy. Once I get to the celebration, there will be good food there, so I'm going to try and keep control of myself for the most part because I definitely want to be making progress again soon. Once I hit 178.0 pounds, I can finally build the Lego set, so we're really close. I really want to build the Lego set, so because of that, guys, I'm going to try and reel myself in tomorrow, okay, guys? I'm going to try and be calm. I'll try and be cautious. We'll see how bad it gets, but I'll try and be pretty measured. And then after that, we'll go back to rules as normal, like I set up. We had been doing 1,500 calories a day. I raised it up to 1,600 just so I have a little bit more leeway a few days ago. We'll go back to that 1,600, and then also that doesn't include protein shakes, so I can have protein shakes and go over that and still not have broken the rules. So we're still kind of figuring out this whole rule system and whatnot, what's going to work, for the foreseeable future. That's what we're going to do going back to normal after tomorrow. But tomorrow will be a cheat day. So tomorrow, I will be making in the morning the week 20 plus 21 video. I did not do the weekly video for last week, week 20. Week 21 is ending today, actually. This is the last day of week 21, so I'm just going to combine them both into like a double weekly video. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll start doing that more in the future. I don't really like doing the weekly videos that much, if you haven't noticed. They're kind of boring in my opinion. They're like formulaic, but not the formulaic that I'm used to, so it's like the worst of both worlds. I really don't like the formula for the weekly videos, so maybe we'll do it every 2 weeks, so it's more of an event and it's more exciting. I don't know, but once we hit day 150, it's going to be the end of month 5. I'm kind of looking forward to that video because we have finally been making progress recently, so I will be able to do that. I'm kind of looking forward to that. But yeah, that's basically it. I had a pretty busy day today, but we're already at like 9.5 minutes, so I'm not going to fill you in on too much of it. But I spent hours, transferring all the stuff over on my phone. I ran a bunch of errands. I have been painstakingly going through and editing all my wardrobe. I've been, there's stuff in there I didn't even know about from like 7 or 8 years ago. I haven't worn since then, and it was in my closet. And it's basically kind of insane how much crap I had in my, clothes and my pants and my shirts and all this. And I have finally gone through. I've thrown away a lot of it. A lot of it's going in storage because it doesn't fit me, because it's too big or it's too small. But maybe I'll want to save it for sentimental reasons or something like that, or maybe because I'll fit in it in the future. All that's in the attic. And I also color coded all this stuff in my closet. So, my medium shirts are a different color. My large shirts are a different color. My fancy, clothing, my formal wear is a different color, and then my pants are a different color. So all those four are color coded on different hangers that I bought recently. It's a whole thing. I cleaned out a ton of this stuff. I've been having a bunch of extra crap that I've saved over the years that I don't need. For instance, a big, old crappy TV that's like 720p, that's like this big. I threw that away. I threw out a million different things, and basically I have way more room in my storage now, so I'm very happy. But basically everything is super clean. I had a really productive day, again, just like I did yesterday. I played a little bit of Pirates Online for like an hour or two, and then I got down to business. I went and ran, and then I did all my other stuff as well. So today was a really, really productive day, just like yesterday. Got all kinds of stuff done, and then I'm going to have a fun day tomorrow, so it's going to be pretty cool. So thank you all for watching. The fat joke of the day is this. Your mother is fat joke, okay? Yo mama is so fat that when she stepped on the scale says, "I'm trying to read your weight, not your phone number." That's a pretty large weight, guys. We're getting up into the huge territory there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the week 20 plus 21 video, and then also day 148. Peace.